We're joined today by the founders of Value Builders International, Bob Irwin and Dwayne Moore. Thanks for being here.
We're glad to be here. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity to speak about VBI.
Bob, can you tell us a little about yourself and your background in values-based training?
I have been training people initially on computer systems for over 40 years, but as a consultant for close to 30 years. We have, along the way, we've had a lot of resources, we've done a lot of consulting, we've helped a lot of businesses, but we've seen what I feel is an erosion of the judgment and decision making as the age group, as we've gotten into the younger generations. And Value Builders is created to help alleviate that. So one of the things that we see is that Value Builders, as it helps you improve judgment, as it helps with training, decision making improves, lives improve, and this can only impact businesses and families and individuals in a positive way.
And what about you, Dwayne? Can you share your background and what drew you into this kind of work?
Sure, my background was a little bit different than Bob's. I spent most of my career in law enforcement. I was involved in investigations for most of my career, but I had left law enforcement and I was involved in a lot of stuff with church. Church kind of always paralleled what I was doing in business. And I met Bob through some church work that we were doing. Bob asked me to come over and work with him some, and we had been doing assessment work and everything for a while. And one day Bob walked in and he had this new idea that he wanted to present this new assessment to me. I was reluctant at first because we were already busy, but as I got into it and saw what it was really about, it just really resonated deep inside of me that this was really something that we could get on board with. And from the moment that he brought the Hartman Value Profile into the company, it was just something that I really jumped on board with and was really excited to be a part of.
Over the years, what kind of results have you seen from values-based training in businesses and organizations?
As we've worked on training overall, we see people's lives improve, we see job skills improve, but the most gratifying part to me is the opportunity to test people with the Hartman Value Profile. And we also use the DISC personality profile. As we help people to understand themselves better, we have an opportunity to impact both their life at work, but also, more importantly, their life at home. And it's most gratifying to me to be able to sit down with someone, go over their results, and speak life into them. Tell them that they're okay. Tell them that the mistakes they've made. A lot of times we can identify why they've made the mistakes they've made and give them advice to how to overcome it. We've had all kinds of people come to us with just blown away by the insight that we've been able to give them into how to live a happier and more fulfilling life, but also how to reduce the stress levels in their lives. And that's something that I think is more important today than ever. We see stress improve, and stress is growing everywhere we look. And as the stress grows, people need ways to help combat that stress, and it's impacting their performance at work, it's impacting their relationships, and it's gratifying to see someone who has a new lease on life because they better understand themselves.
Are there any stories or cases that really stand out to either of you?
Good first one.
The biggest one for me, and Dwayne can touch about this in a little bit more detail, but within the prison system. We got involved in prison ministry. It was at a maximum security prison here in South Carolina. In maximum security prison, most of the people were in there for murder and manslaughter. And we were able to go in and test the values of this group of men. And as we looked at their values, of course, as expected, these guys have been in prison, some of them for 20, 30 years. They were mostly had life sentences. It was a mess. But as we started growing and with them, and as we started going over their results and teaching them values, we saw unbelievable transformation occur in these men in a short time. As a matter of fact, we had somebody who was working on their master's thesis following the work we were doing, and she documented a 50% improvement in judgment in just 3 months. And that's what gave rise to Value Builders International, because if we can accomplish that in a prison in 3 months, imagine what we can do for your business.
I'll go in a little more detail, like Bob said. It was so incredible because, like we've told so many people, the Hartman Value Profile, it looks at the uniqueness of an individual from like a 6.4 quadrillionths of uniqueness of how unique you are in your value system, which really puts you under a microscope. And one of the things that a lot of inmates would say to us was, wow, this is like a window to my soul. You have seen things inside of me that I can't believe. And because of its ability to not, most programs out there today are trying to deal with symptoms. That's one of the things going on, is so many symptom programs. But what the Hartman Value Profile actually does is it lets us get to the root cause of the symptoms. So we're not trying to treat symptoms, we're actually dealing with the root cause of the behavior. And most people, you'd never surprise them when you tell them they have a problem, because they've been living in their own skin for years. So it doesn't shock them that they have a problem. What shocks them is that you can find the root of the issue that they've been dealing with so long. And so many times the results can be almost immediate, because once you can identify the root cause and tell them what's wrong, they can immediately make changes in the way they think and the way that they act. So that's what happened with, I think, what was going on, what Bob talked about. Our advantage was we got inside the prison system and we were just hitting root cause after root cause. And the solutions were easy once we identified the root cause. And I think that's why the results were so significant in the documentation that they did on it.
Why do you think values-based development resonates so deeply with people, from executives to frontline employees?
We've had people tell us this over and over again, especially when we have the opportunity to do a personal interpretation for someone. And as Dwayne said, a lot of the feedback we get that is it's a window into the soul. And in a short amount of time, we're able to tell people at a deep level who they are and what we see. And once that happens, it really opens a door that not many people have an opportunity. Because of what we know, they trust us at a different level. And once we gain that trust, then we can start speaking into their lives. And the truth is, most people feel like they're a failure, but they're not. Life is a series of tests, and just because you failed at a test doesn't mean you're going to get back up and go some more. And so we're able to speak life into people, tell them they're okay, tell them they're on time, tell them that not only are there people that love them, tell them that God loves them. And that message is one that resonates at a very deep level and impacts people at a very deep level.
What's the vision for the future of Value Builders?
Well, I would say that one of the things that drives us was the original vision of the founder of the Hartman Value Profile, Dr. Robert Hartman. When we read his book, Freedom to Live, I think it really hit Bob and I both really deep, that his desire was the same desire that we already had. He just had a better tool to go about it. In the book Freedom to Live, he placed the importance of value on life and being a unique individual. And one of the things that really hit me deep was his quest to identify good. And he finally identified good as the characteristics of God, and the more good that was in someone, the more like God you were. And Bob and I both share the same belief that, we were created by God, and so who would you better go to look for the way to fix things than the manufacturer of who created it. And that's one of the things that's always driven us. And our vision is to really just take this to the kitchen table conversations and just help people become the best version of themselves that they can be. And this tool, it helps people identify broken areas that it may have been broken so long they have gotten confused about where it even got broken at in life. But in moments of being able to bring these things back into a present time, they're able to start fixing these things and really making changes in their lives that shocks them. So our vision is really to just change the world as we just help each person change one individual at a time. It may sound like a daunting task, but for us, we have seen the positive results of it. And it's not something that we just talk about, it's something we live every day, and we are able to see these results manifest every day.
You know, in addition to that, we address much more than just the Hartman Value Profile. We've developed onboarding training to help businesses. We've developed training to help people earn promotions. We've developed training for individuals that are just basic life skills that'll improve their station in life. Most people live in hand to mouth right now, making very poor decisions personally. And if we can change the decisions, if we can improve people's ability to make good decisions, it can change their future. It can change their lives. It can change the lives of their spouses and their kids, much less the businesses they work in. So it's a big project that we've taken on, but Dwayne's right. We want to change the world, and we believe that we have a way to help you do that, and it excites us.
If someone's watching this and wondering whether VBI is for them or for their organization, what would you say to them?
I would say it's absolutely for everyone. No matter how good your business may be or how well you're doing in life, all of us have room for improvement. And so the Hartman Value Profile, what makes it so unique is it's measurable. And because it's measurable, it's improvable. And so whether your business is already operating at a high level of success, I don't know any business owner that would say, well, I don't want to be any better. And I haven't met many people that doesn't have a desire to be the best that they can be. So I would say it's for everyone, every single person, from whether you have a major life problem or you just trying to be the best version of yourself you can be, all the way up to a large corporation that's trying to be the best company that they can be. And so it's for everyone.
And how can they get involved?
The best way to get involved is and you're on the website right now if you're watching this video, it's www.valuebuildersint.com. When you sign into the website, there are all kind of free resources that you can partake in. There are books we've written that can help you in many different areas. There's subscriptions where you can log in and take advantage of the training, both as an individual, as a family, and as a business. And so we encourage you to look at the free resources, and we encourage you to subscribe, because this is really something that can change your life. Even a high school student looking at going to college or trying to make the decision between college and career, we have resources that can help you select a major. We have resources that can help you select a career. There are all kinds of things here that can help you change your future and the trajectory of your life, and we would encourage you to participate.
Okay, that's all we have for today. Is there anything you would like to leave your viewers with?
You can go ahead first, Bob.
As you can tell, this really excites us. It's our life's work. Everything we've done up until now has led to this moment. And we want to share what we've learned with everyone, whether they be in a business, whether they be in a family, whether they be an individual by themselves just starting their career. So we look forward to this journey and taking this journey with you.
And I would just like to encourage people or businesses that may be struggling. You don't have to do it alone. There is help. And so whether you're facing something like addiction issues or whether you've just got management issues, reach out to us. We'd be glad to talk to you about it and share with you what we think we can do and explain it in more detail. And I would just like to invite anyone that's interested to join in with us just in our mission to change the world. It starts with we work on changing ourselves, making ourselves better people, and then we try to share that with others as they help become the best version of themselves they can be. So we invite everyone to join us on this journey.